Newcastle fans, look away from your screens right now. The news that is breaking this afternoon is enough to make you cry. Benjamin Sesko has decided to go to Manchester United. He wants Manchester instead of Newcastle. And on top of that, apparently, Alexander Isak has already agreed to a contract, a verbal agreement with Liverpool, and is already set to make that move across to Anfield. What an horrendous day for Newcastle in the transfer window, but what a massive day for both Liverpool and Manchester United. Liverpool with Alexander Isak in their side. Wow, we are talking here elite level signings here. We've talked about Liverpool enough all summer, haven't we? Like, this has been a massive window for them and the biggest single transfer window statement in the history of transfer windows. Without not, like, other clubs have made massive signings. Like today, Manchester United have just found out that Benjamin Sesko wants to go to them instead of Newcastle. That's a dagger to the heart for Eddie Howe, obviously, and that is massive for Manchester United. Let's not forget here that Manchester United have no European football at all, let alone Champions League. It's not like we're clinging on to the Conference or the Europa League here. We've got nothing. And we're off the back of our worst ever season finish in the club's history. And Sesko wants to go United alongside Cunha and Mbumo. That's transforming Manchester United this window. Then you move to Manchester City and everything that they did all quickly. To Chelsea and the moves that they made. And then to Arsenal making massive moves thinking that they are moving forward. And then we all sit back down and Liverpool stand up because they're about to make one of the biggest signings in transfer window history and break the British transfer record for the second time in the space of 2 months. It is unheard of, unprecedented, and is absolutely mammoth for the Premier League. My God, we have got an array of striker talent heading to the Premier League this summer. Wow, Isak was already there, proven quality. But right now, that news coming out today. First of all, obviously, the Benjamin Sesko news to Manchester United, that was absolutely massive. Plettenberg, Romano, Jan Fjortov came out first and said that he's agreed to go United. And then David Ornstein broke that news as well. It was massive for Manchester United. That's going to be another deal, 60 million upwards for Manchester United. And like I said, that should be the breaking and massive news of today within the Premier League. That decision there for somebody else to snub Newcastle and go to another football club, and a club like United, like I've just said, that has no European football. Newcastle should be on the up. They got into the Champions League. They should be looking at making a real move in this transfer window. They were reportedly a bit healthier in terms of finances and what they could do in terms of PSR and financial fair play this window, and they can't get anything. Yeah, they've got Anthony Elanga. I'm sorry. Like, every single target that they've gone for, you could go to Brian Mbumo, you could go to Hugo Ekitike, you could go to Benjamin Sesko. On top of that, they're about to lose Alexander Isak as well. I absolutely, like I said, I feel sorry for Newcastle fans. This has been an absolute whirlwind for them. And they are looking at this window and going, I don't know what we have to do. What is going on at this football club? The richest club in the world, by the way, who can't spend the penny because of financial fair play and losing their best players as well now, even though they've got the Champions League, is crazy. But Florian Plettenberg, on top of the news on Benjamin Sesko with everything else that broke today, broke the news that we're also hearing that there is already a verbal agreement between Liverpool and Alexander Isak for that move to go to Anfield. All that's left now is this absolute brutal fight, which is going to go down. Newcastle, how long can they hold out for? It's going to be, I'll tell you one thing though, Newcastle will have an entertaining last few weeks of the transfer window at least, because they've got serious money to spend now, an absolute wad of cash to get into. I expect Newcastle to probably blow maybe upwards of 200 million now in this transfer window. So in terms of feeling a bit downbeat right now, and Newcastle fans are probably feeling like they've just gone 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. Honestly, right now they feel battered and bruised with what's happened in the window, but at least you'll have an exciting end of the month. The only problem you've got is like, who is left? Who is left for Newcastle now? No Isak, no Ekitike, no Mbumo, and no Benjamin Sesko. Everyone that they've gone for this summer has ended up going elsewhere. They did well to get Anthony Elanga at this rate, but Isak agreeing personal terms with Liverpool. Where does that put them? That obviously has to happen now because Isak has gone absolute AWOL. He's not answering his phone. He's not answering text. He's not in training. He's not in the tour. He has made this move happen and made it move very, very quickly. And I feel now that when that gets to that stage, and we didn't talk about this much yesterday when we were talking about Isak, but going AWOL and agreeing terms behind the scenes, there is serious problems there for Newcastle, and they can drag this out as long as they want. At the end of the day, you've got a player that isn't going to play for you. Now, they could play hardball here, Newcastle, and say, well, look, we're not selling you. We don't have to agree to anything. Things have to be signed. But they do need to improve their squad. They need to get a striker in. Otherwise, that Champions League, that competition, is worthless to them. They'll be absolutely battered from pillar to post. They need to use Isak's money and bring in reinforcements into that team. That can be used to do a lot of good. And it's going to be real scrutiny on Newcastle's recruitment team now after this has happened and what they spend that money on. But let's just think about Liverpool for a minute. You're going to have a front line, a potential front line here of Alexander Isak surrounded by Florian Wirtz and Mo Salah, with Hugo Ekitike and Gakpo behind you, waiting to get in. Your Ekitike right now, I said this the other day, 80 million quid, and he's not going to get in the side. How Arne Slot makes that happen? That front three for Liverpool, I don't see Ekitike going wide. Florian Wirtz could sit in a 10 behind, 2 up front maybe, or he could mix it up or do something. Florian Wirtz could be in the middle 3 in a way if you wanted. You want to try and squeeze Ekitike in, but he's a centre forward. But you're bringing in an absolute number 9 baller in Alexander Isak. I tell you what, that is a healthy little problem to have when it comes to selections. Oh my God. Like, Liverpool fans must be on cloud 9 right now. They must be absolutely buzzing with what's happening in this window. Who'd have thought that they're going to make them signings that they have this summer? And if you add Alexander Isak to it, you could even say, look, we've just sold Luis Diaz. They're taking the absolute mick out of this transfer window right now, Liverpool. They've just sold Diaz for a big chunk of change, which is pretty much near enough paid for Ekitike. Yeah, there you go, one player on. We've still got some change left over. Let's just go get Isak now and completely paralyse one of our opponents in Newcastle, because without Isak and them goals, they're not even in the top 8. They need a striker. They need a striker fast. But who are Newcastle going to go out and buy? Who are they going to get? I think, right. I wouldn't even want to put this onto Newcastle right now, but here's one. Let me know. If you're a Newcastle fan, get in the chat. If you're a Liverpool fan, also get in there. But how bad was this scenario be? Isak goes to Liverpool, and Liverpool end up buying Darwin Núñez. Oh, now you're talking. That's enough to throw a season ticket away. And they're not going to, because they're a passionate bunch, them Newcastle fans. But can you imagine? They're running out of options. Are you going to go out and buy Nicholas Jackson? I mean, Calvert-Lewin, let's be honest, he's not going to cut it. When you're matching it up to Alexander Isak, that I'm afraid, like, seriously, that's not going to hit the mark. It really isn't. But, oh my days, God. That is going to be a disaster for Newcastle if that comes about. I'm thinking like maybe Mitrovic or someone like that. So anybody in right now for Newcastle, just to give them a little bit of a focal point up front. But wow, what a day in the transfer window that has been. Verbal agreement in place for Alexander Isak and Liverpool. He is almost there. It's up to Liverpool and Newcastle now to decide that fee. But Manchester United making their move as well. And that is Benjamin Sesko has decided that he wants Manchester United. And Manchester United have decided they're going all in on Benjamin Sesko. It has been confirmed by the big guns. Both Romano, Plettenberg, Ornstein, all of the big journalists have said it. Sesko to United. Isak looking likely for Liverpool. Bad day for Newcastle. Get into the comment section. Let me know what you think. Also, make sure that you do hit the like button and make sure you hit that subscribe button for all of the updates coming your way. Woo! Well, I don't think you're going to be able to top this day anyway. I'll see you in the next video, everyone.